Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday, the 27th of April. I want to use the Wildwood Tarot for this reading, and I just want to show you some of the cards here. So this is one of the decks where they've changed everything. So they've changed swords to arrows. This looks like justice to me. They're called the Woodward. And I'm not a big fan of that because then you have to relearn every deck usually. But this is really the deck where that's the exception. They've done it so well here. And this really, I think, is one of the best decks out there. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards a few times and then I'm going to choose three to see what's coming up today and what the tarot wants you to be aware of on Thursday. Okay, so first we have the Green Woman, which is the Empress. That's very on brand with the energy that we've had lately. The Empress is about new beginnings and communication and a fresh start, a new life. Then we've got the Shaman, which is usually known as the Magician. And that's also very much about this kind of pioneering energy. And then finally, we have the Queen of Swords, the Swan. Okay, I really like the Swan as the Queen of Arrows because there's another deck. What's it called? I can't. I think it might be the Wheel of the Year Tarot or the Goddess Tarot, where the Queen of Swords is literally depicted as the evil queen from Snow White. As this, and the Queen of Arrows, the Queen of Swords, is about intelligence. It's about being able to make a decision, having a great perspective, being educated, opinionated, and working with analysis and detail in order to come up with an accurate answer. It's about being an activist. It's about being scientific. It's about looking at the information, evaluating it without emotion being involved. So the Swan here is really interesting because that always reminds me of the fairy tale with the ugly duckling that turns into a wonderful swan. So whether it's about physical appearance or not, it's about the ability to transform and transcend one's own being through education and the acquisition of knowledge, which I'd never really thought about until now. Wow. Okay, so altogether we've got two major arcana cards and then this court card. The court card may appear as a person in your life. It may appear as a swan. Actually, if you do see a swan, it may be a message. No, I'm serious. Like a literal symbol of a swan on this day may be a prompt to reconsider your perspective. And if you're super set in stone about something, that may be a sign that it may be time to reconsider and to reevaluate and to change one's opinion based on new information that is being revealed. If the Queen of Arrows is a characteristic on this day, then it's all of those things. It's really being able to work with communication and information, which is interesting because in terms of the astrology, we have Mercury, the communication planet, that's in retrograde at the moment. So until the 14th of May. So usually that's a time when communication becomes more stifled and the blessing, so the transportation, the bus is 5 minutes late and the luggage at the airport doesn't show up and the computer crashes and stuff like that. But on an internal level, the blessing is that you're able to see things differently, and that brings us back then to this theme of transformation based on seeing things differently, acquiring knowledge and learning. Okay. So the Green Woman, the Empress, usually it shows the Empress in a dress which has pomegranates on it, which depicts wealth and the height of summer and abundance. And that's what she is really. She's the Empress of the harvest. And she's often highly pregnant. And it's about new birth. Well, not new birth. I think just birth will do. It's about new life. And it's about starting something new. And then there's also Venus is associated with the Empress. Venus is the planet of love and beauty and creativity. And it's about starting new relationships and connecting and love and building things that you really care about, like for instance, your own business. So when the Empress appears, it's an indicator that it's a good time for new beginnings. And that if you have a desire to kind of give life to it and to make it happen. And in this deck, there's a very interesting different take on it. We've got the Green Woman, which when I lived in Glastonbury, there are depictions of the Green Man everywhere. And there's even a shop, I think, called the Green Man. And I never really connected with that image too much. And I'm not an expert, so in the comments, please, if you know a lot about the Green Man, first of all, I'm sorry, I don't know more. And second of all, please give us the details if I get them wrong. But to me, it's kind of like an earth spirit, a nature spirit. Like some sort of, like we've got these elementals here. So the Green Man is like the ultimate earth elemental. So a representative of the element of earth and a representative of nature. So here we've got the Green Woman. So it's the Empress, but with that added meaning, I would say, that Pentacles, earth, anything that you want to start in a practical way, in an earthy way, so like a new business, or actually starting a new relationship, it's a good time to do that. We've got the green and red. Green is being true to your own nature. Red is the physical realm. So again, it's a connection with the element of earth. And then the two kind of nature spirits there, looking into this cauldron, which is being heated. She's creating something here in this. You know, when I first looked at it, I was like, is she using that to scry? Kind of see the future? I don't think so. And again, feel free to disagree. It could be used to scry the location of what am I going to do in future. But I don't think she's so much about trying to figure it out. I think she's cooking a potion here. She's making something. She's taking action. She's being practical. She's being earthy. That's why the cauldron is on fire. Okay, so a time for the opportunity to build something new in earnest, in a practical sense in your life. Then we have the shaman. The shaman is someone usually who has one pointed to the sky, downloading spiritual information and allowing himself to be guided as such. And then he's got all the elements in front of him, earth, air, fire, water, and he's then makes magic happen based on the information that he gets. So it's very beautifully done here. This shaman, this wild man out in the woods by himself with his staff here, doing some sort of ritual, because that's really what the magician is. It's kind of like, be yourself, make your own special magic, sing your own special song, or whatever the saying is. And I mean, he doesn't strike me very much as a conformist. I think if he had to be polled or something, and people asked him, do you do what you want? And do you dress the way you want? Or are you influenced by what other people think and feel and what you ought to do? I think he would say, do you know what? I think I have my own sense of style. I'm going to go with that. I really do. So both of these cards, they're very independent. They're very much about new beginnings, building something. And they're both really kind of resilient people here. People who do stuff, they get on with it. And then finally, with the Queen of Arrows on board, it's kind of a respite from the Mercury retrograde, I would say, because with that, if you need to research anything, if you need to transform anything via your ideas and getting new ideas, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Arrows really makes that process very, very simple. So if you want to start something new, it's a great day to do that. What's also interesting is usually if I'm looking at someone's natal chart, and we're looking at kind of dates in future when would be a good time to start a business, I look at if Venus is retrograde, the Empress. If that's retrograde, then it's not a good time to start new things. But if it's Mercury retrograde, that's fine. It's just kind of having to check all the details and the information and double checking it. But you can't stop your whole life. every time Mercury goes retrograde, because it does that 3 or 4 times a year. Number-wise, we got 3 and 1 is 4, and another 1 is 5. 5 is freedom. So freedom of ideas, freeing yourself of some situation, or the freedom to build a new situation by gathering the right ideas and going for it. So that's what I get on this day. I'm cutting it off now because of the noise in the back. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.